I'm sick of yap. Yeah, they trying to stop the awakening. They trying to stop the awakening. They the one started this whole thing. And boo, you can't come on here either. You too, boo, trying to stop the whole awakening. Trying to stop the whole awakening. Talking about it ain't about skin color.
Well,
Bruce, skin color in that Bible? Bruce, I'm asking you a question right now. You one that's got the Holy Ghost and all of that, and I don't even know how you rocking and moving with them other folk. Them other folk ain't preaching what you preaching. According to you, they ain't even got the Holy Ghost if they don't speak in tongues. I'm talking about the twins. I'm talking about I'm talking about all them folk over there. Kelly and them who you like talking about. I'm talking about they ain't even got the Holy Ghost. Tell them get the Holy Ghost to stop this lie. Stop this conspiracy. A conspiracy has been, I hate to say it, a conspiracy has been overturned. God overturned it and allowed that phone call to come out that y'all been running and hiding and lying and covering up. They said in the background. They said in the background on the phone conversation, we don't talk to Brown because they felt Brown did wrong. Why you think they got to keep coming up? Leaders in the moderate movement move to cover up. I no longer support Berean. I said, wow. Pastor Kelly said that. Pastor Kelly's been a manipulator. This Berean talking right here. How many times Kelly done drop stuff live and then try to pull that pseudo nonsense off after people done called them out on it? Oh, he hate a boo and Illuminati trying to control his mind. Urban apologists make you drop pseudo garbage. Repent, every one of you. I'm going to repent too. And there ain't even nothing wrong with Brown lied. He lied. I lied before. Who in here ain't lied? He that is without sin. Who in here ain't lied? But I'm saying don't lie for the awakening. Y'all, based on what y'all moving and what y'all doing, I will tell everybody the whole awakening is devil worship. The whole awakening is garbage based on how y'all moving, and anybody speak against it. If anybody speak against it, they get in that axe. Every single apologist y'all hate, because they questioning y'all and it goes to ad hominems. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all, nobody. I'm not even mad at the leaders. The handlers do what they supposed to do. The handlers are doing the handlers are doing their job. You can say what you want, Slick, because you like them. You ain't got to come back here. You ain't got to come back here like they manipulated the whole of Israel. They can manipulate and control your mind too. It's okay. Everything in Israel ain't right, Slick. I'm telling you that right now. They done manipulated. They done been lying. Or you believe a lie. When pastors start lying, ain't that what y'all into, these lying preachers? I'm good. I'm good, Sister E. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm good. I see what it is with them folk. I see what it is with them folk. And I'm going to just leave it. I'm going to just leave it right there. Go ahead. Y'all want to say something before I get out of here? This is crazy. These folk, this religion is crazy. This religion is crazy. Handlers doing just like the Vatican, controlling your minds, controlling y'all. Say what you want, Slick. Say what you want. Them folk spin and did something. Protect Israel at all costs. Even lie. He said, but the awakening is still happening. So that's what I'm saying. Lies are going to go on. They're faking it. Lies are going to go on. I said the pews ain't got, I said that language ain't got nothing to do with nothing. That pews ain't got nothing to do with it. The 400 years ain't got nothing to do with it. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But the awakening is still going. False doctrine prevails. It's going to be a falling away. So I don't know what y'all use that for. Mormon church jumping off. I forgot half y'all Israelites think Mormon is two sticks coming together. Got that white boy out there, Dana, with that stuff. And y'all eat anything to lift up Israel. Any false teaching and everything. Straight racist. Y'all think the Mormon church think about y'all? They turned around and the nonsense just came out. They just lifted the curse the other day. Now they got the white boys in y'all neighborhood. And y'all talking about God done used them as some great doctrine? Boy, listen. Religion has done the job. And the religious leaders and some religious leaders has helped. This is just what it is. I don't know what to say, y'all. The only thing I can say is they brought more people out, and more people gonna be talking. More people gonna be talking. And if we try to talk and share and bring out other information from both sides of view, what's the problem? Why would a manipulator be so offended that I would bring people on when we've been doing it? Church people ain't want to deal with them, and I'm bringing folk on so we can hear the other side. Nobody said nothing. They love coming on. They love coming on so they can share their point of view. Let me bring some of these other people up, because all they're gonna do is it's just more people coming out. We've been dealing with that, and don't worry, the question is still on the table about the church folk and what we're gonna do if these people are if blacks in the slave trade came over here, what the church gonna do? I still got that on the table for the church. Oh, we still got the oh, they love that. Oh, they love that when you and the other sister hit me. She said we got to revisit because we never really thoroughly. We got to revisit Dante's claim from what Damon Richardson said. Oh, you think that we're not gonna? You think we're gonna just let that go? He ain't trying to shut conversations down, though. Y'all actively been trying to shut conversations down and build a fence around moderate movement. Then start rocking out and with camps and everything. That's my main beef right there. Now y'all rocking out with camps and everything, false doctrine and everything. Yeah, okay. I know what this is. Y'all gonna bring them people out. Hold on, failures. Let me put some of this on here. So now, because of that, that's the main thing in the moderate movement to me. Letting them lies go. Not wanting to deal with certain things. Them camps, that's one thing. I don't know. God, you wanted to play a video?
Yeah, well, this is the brother, the white Hebrew Israelite, but trying to break down the truth. Rudy Rockman. So bring on I see your screen up. You want to pull them on? Let me see what this brother's saying.
I want to jump to like 250 because he's gonna talk about a lot of mumbo jumbo right here. Yeah, there we go.
And other individuals, which we the people demand justice for, has nothing to do with the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. And I cannot continue to watch people use their memory as political tools or dare turn the conversation and call Jews white. And to that, I must take a stand and respond. Jews are not white. First off, the concept of race is something that has to be trashed as soon as possible, because dividing ourselves on such superficial differences is evil. Also, being white doesn't mean you are a bad person. One is good or bad based on their values and actions, and not what physical genetic traits one inherits from their parents. That being said, the political and intellectual conversation around the concept of whiteness has to be broken down and understood. White is not about a skin color, since, for example, Asians are whiter in pigmentation than many Europeans, and they are not white. White is based on origins and status. Our origins as Jews.
Hold on, Leo. I feel like someone's called him white boy before.
Yeah.
The way he's talking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He real brown in this picture. I mean, this video.
You make sure to dim the lights. You got a black hoodie on.
Yeah.
Man, he going really hard on that.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was interesting, because he's speaking to that specific, the status, and how, I mean, I hate to say a lot of Hebrew Israelites try to say, oh, well, this is the white Jews, and speaking to the whiteness of what he would say Ashkenazi Jews are, but he's speaking to something a little different, and he still comes from that same background. So that's why I thought it was interesting that he doesn't even see what many people are pushing in Hebrew Israelites that, oh, they white Jews. Well, he doesn't even see that or agree with that. He's saying that that's just a status, yet talking about brown and black people, he has a whole different idea. He's gonna get to that in a second, but I just thought this was interesting.
Yeah, he made sure to be against the white wall to get that contrast. All right.
Is not from Europe. We are all a collective from the Middle East, culturally, historically, and genetically. And our status in white countries has always been one of oppression, persecution, expulsions, and exterminations. 6 million of our parents and grandparents were massacred for not being white. And that is without mentioning the fact that Jews did not have equal rights in Europe, the Black Plague massacres, the pogroms, the Spanish Inquisition, and the countless of other proofs that we of all people do not have.
Sound like curses. Sound like curses.
Let me make something clear.
Hold on, stop right there. He said they was massacred for not being white. Bruce, come and make that make sense when Hitler and the scientists said they wasn't white. They other. Bruce, make that make sense that you think Hitler loved black folk and Hitler knew who America really. Make that make sense, Bruce. Bruce, please make that make sense. I don't know, man. Go ahead. What do y'all think about that?
To me, it's on point and it's challenging the narrative. And this is coming from a dude that resides in Israel. He's a Yemenite Jew and in these streets, heavy. And he's speaking on it to this degree.
You know, all my mind's going back to, you remember when Bishop Nathaniel was on Jason Whitlock? And he said, hold on, can I I want to show some images. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
You know, he getting folks stirred up. They know this, and for those in the church, the Christian Zionists, this is stuff they see all the time. That's why them Christian evangelical Zionists, that's what they flock to.
Hey, Dudamus, when was the Black Plague again?
Yeah, look it up.
That was what, 14? No, that was 1300s.
Yeah.
And then you got this. He talked about the Spanish Inquisition. Then he jumped to Holocaust. He's listing some stuff that he believes didn't happen to him. I don't see him utilize Deuteronomy 28 though.
It kind of goes into a shard and was saying that we're only 400 years of captivity worldwide.
There you go.
But the blessing should play a part too, is what I believe.
Yeah.
And he can pull that out.
Now line up. I'm gonna leave that blessings alone. You talking about the blessings should play a part? That's beef right there. Because these folk act like they ain't got no blessing. Ain't no blessing. Now look at read Bruce.
Here we go. Oh geez, here we go again with Prince name on Marvel Comics. He is not blood.
Prove it, Bruce. He gave his genealogy literally like a video or two back and said it.
He's a Levite.
And Bruce said, why y'all so easy? Bruce said, why y'all so easily deceived?
Nah, Bruce, if you say anything about bloodline, you got to pick up some DNA, bro. You claiming anything about him not being any type of Israelite or any type of bloodline, anything, you need DNA for that.
Now, this is the beef. Because Slick just said they were scattered all over the world. So, of course, make that work that right there, Slick. They were scattered all over the world. So, of course, they're not going to look the same. So why are you trying to, are people trying to deny some other people that look light-skinned and say they automatically not the people if they were scattered all over the world, if they believe that? And I know you brought the white guy on before, and you're not really on it like that. Go ahead.
And you see what Kobe's saying? If Deuteronomy is seen as a contract, not a prophecy, you can put down selective curses and any 400-year talk.
They can't do that because Deuteronomy is prophecy. Now, you don't went to seminary and got that white garbage in your mind from the white man. Vassal treaties and comparing it to the Canaanite and other treaties in the surrounding areas and saying God is writing the contract, or God is writing the contract with the king, with his subjects. And we see other demonstrations of it, and that's how Moses wrote.
And if it's a contract and you break this contract, what happens? Are there consequences?
Yep.
It doesn't have to be a prop. I don't care whether it's a prophecy or if it's a contract. Some of the events can still happen.
Yep. And even if I'm not mistaken, with Deuteronomy 32, the bringing back his people, so that we gather from four corners, deal with.
I like the contract argument better. Shoot.
Yeah. So that even deals with the converse who accept the contract, but then Leo 13.
Can it be? I'm sorry. Can it be both? Can it have a prophetic element? Covey, can it have a prophetic element to it also? And being a vassal treaty at the same time?
But you know, Berean, you bring up something because we had to talk about it. Because prophecy is what? Foretelling, and what's the other one?
Yes.
So it might be prophetic standpoint, what words spoken over people. So it might not be foretelling, but it might be the authority, that kind of stuff. So that way it's prophetic. But eventually,
Red letter done. Yo, listen, thank you, Curtis Lee. Red letter done. He hit me yesterday. That's what I told him. Red letter done with everything white. Red letter said there are no white people from Judah. Don't think, just listen.
Hold on. Red letter, you don't see a cousin right here? Your nephew? Right here with the yarmulke?
If I fall out this chair, gentlemen.
He said,
Red letter, was Israel mixed from the gate? Red letter, was Israel a mixed multitude from the gate? That's the question on the floor right now. Red letter, was Israel a mixed multitude from the gate? They never asked who was that king. When y'all was out there, when y'all was trying to leave that alone. When y'all was out there, who they said the king was? The white man? So, yo, don't say anything. And these folk can't even, I don't know. Oh man. Go ahead. What you said you want to ask him?
No, I was just messing with him. Who's the king? Yeah, let me let it play. Let's hear this brother.
He gonna go deep now. Just get ready.
Here. Jews who are light-skinned do not have the same struggles as someone who is black or brown. But people that have that skin color, if they are not Jewish, also don't have our struggles in white societies. Non-Jews of any and all colors don't have to deal with anti-Semitism and the suffering we go through, along with the vast amount of generational traumas we've inherited. No one would dare tell people of color that they have white privilege for not dealing with anti-Semitism.
Lee, I'm just noticing, you see his eye, you looking at his eyes? He reading the script.
Oh, for sure. He do it every time.
Yeah, he probably wrote this all out.
Yeah.
So he won't forget any. Yeah, that's how he won't forget any points. Listen, hold on. Israel was not a mixed multitude from the gate. There were two kings there of people, kinds of people, Israel and those who Israelites mixed with. Before Israel exists, I'm talking about them patriarchs and who they just married and who they mingled with and who they did what they did with. And then Solomon, who he married and did what he did. Moses was a pure Hebrew. What about Moses' baby mama, Moses' wife? What would their kids be? He bloodline, so the kids automatically bloodline and who they mixed with. And that's why you pedigree from the man and all of that. And then go to numbers. That's what you're trying to say? JL? Type of one. Go ahead.
Yeah. But hold on. I know you gotta write things down sometimes, but it just seems a little inauthentic. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get what you mean.
I have to disagree with you, gentlemen.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
Because I made the switch to writing scripts now because it's much easier and you don't miss out on saying important points or putting in sources or something like that. And so you also cut out dead air, you cut out the you cut out a lot of things that keep people from clicking off on your video.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff too is internet marketing. When it comes to it, it's not necessarily like a bad thing to write a script.
No, it's not a bad thing, Shar. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's like,
I get what you mean. It's produced. It's produced.
You know, like you want to have like that like he's so concerned and whatnot, but it can seem manufactured. Like sometimes when you just in the church, you get the spirit flow, you feel it. Like, oh man, this brother really mean it.
Right.
Right.
I get what you mean. I think what was done
Mhm.
in this video is face off camera. Because that's what a lot of people do. When you see a lot of videos with just video content and pictures and stuff, 9 times out of 10 from a lot of the bigger channels, they just utilize a script and just read through it for like 20, 30 minutes. And they all have it right. They're not going off the top every time, especially if it's a pre-recorded video.
Yeah. You know what it is? Maybe he should have a little memorized it or not shown his face. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Correct. I agree.
That's what it could be, because it's throwing me off. But you're right, Shar. It's good to have it written down. But yeah, don't show your face.
Well, do me a favor. Read these two right here.
These conversations always prove what I've been saying about Black folks who practice white supremacy by religion and theology. They view the Bible and themselves through racist lens.
Wait a minute. You wait a minute. This is so sad. This is so sad. These conversations always prove what I've been saying about Black folk what he said, Black people who practice white supremacy. Let that sink in. Let that sink in, Bruce. Let that sink in. You learned well from your masters, and the handlers took it and worked it. Why reinvent the wheel? Now, it could be, I can't even throw that out there because that's going to be beef. That's going to be beef. Why did British Israelism jump off from the gate? Because they stole the people's identity. Read Red Letter.
The original family of Shem was mixed with Canaanites.
Yeah, who don't agree with that?
Yeah, no, I can see.
Who in this pure Israel don't agree with that? Which pure one of y'all don't agree with that? Then y'all got the nerve to shoot down Africans. The Bible shoot down Africans.
I mean, even the fact that
we read, you see what's going on here.
Ephraim has mixed himself with the nations. I mean, even when we look at when we see some of the mass that yapping and pull up with haplogroups and whatnot, the fact that migrations, it doesn't make sense that people will migrate and not mix with other people. It happens all the time. It's never anyway. My question is, if they begin to really start proselytizing Hebrew Israelites, and they are, how many will deny Jesus to fit in Judaism to prove their point that they Israel? That
you don't have to.
Shafe, it's gonna be instant time, man. But
no,
now
you should never do that. You should never deny the Messiah just to prove that you are Israel. Because again, there's natural branch, and then there's the spirit of like the nation of Israel believers and Messiah Yeshua. So I don't think you don't have to do that, and you definitely should not. For those that are ambiguous about this, being Israel bloodline will not get you into the forever kingdom. Period.
Yeah.
You
but
will not get there.
That's not what they're looking for. I don't know if you remember earlier. I don't know if he back on. I'm not trying to speak in here. Jordan was talking about the promises for the land to come. He talking about he waiting for that. He not ready. At least how it appears, he not really talking about the eternal kingdom. He waiting on
Israel don't never talk about. It's like I'll be around. They'll never talk about the eternal kingdom. All they talking about is that next step, that millennium, and it's still game for the future. That's how come we asked them about what their plan is. We oppressed, the millennial reign coming back, and that's it. It's too many Israelites. It's too many channels for folk not to be talking about a plan. What Israel ought to do right now. Besides crying what the white man did, what the white man did, what the white man did. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. The white man gonna get it in the sweet by and by. It's the sweet by and by, but it's finesse to make you think it's here right now, and you just crying. And you just crying. That's all it is. Blame everything on the white. Every single thing is the white man. Y'all ain't talking about no black folk busting their gun. Oh, the white man made us bust a gun. The white man sell Glocks. Man, this thing is game. These folk getting y'all. I wish, listen, you can say what you want. You gotta be strong in this, or weak in your mind, or you gotta be strong with your manipulation to look at that text and do what you're doing and preach what these folk preaching.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
and got folk like Bruce believe it hard. Deep in my heart, I do believe. That's what Bruce be coming on. That's all he sound like when he come on here to me. He believe. Wake the people up, wake the people up, wake the people up.
Yeah.
You can't question your handlers. Boy,
now, if you're looking forward to the millennial reign because you want to
rule
have
folk.
a position in the
want to rule
right,
folk. Come on.
that's a heart matter. In my opinion, that's a heart matter, and the Most
Right.
High is going to deal with you. I personally look forward to the millennial reign just to be in the presence of the Messiah and to get out of this worldly system. That's what I look forward to, not to rule over anybody. Although, if you want to trim my hedges, you're more than welcome. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
They just want. Listen, they want that millennial reign to come real bad.
Hold
I do
on.
too. I'm sick of this world.
And no, Sean, you're right. It's a heart matter. It's the heart of Yah. And what the Bible says, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. So if you want the heart of Yah, you got to have a little vengeance. Oh, man, Sean, you ain't ready for this doctrine.
I tell people all the time, like people close to me, when they have stuff going on and it's like real big stuff, I'll be like, look, if it's out of your power to change it, you have to give it to God. Because if you take matters into your own hands, I say karma. But that judgment on the Most High is going to fall back on you, and it's going to be worse than what you did to somebody else.
Exactly.
So I leave it to the Most High, whoever did what, especially hundreds of years ago, slavery, and those people dead and all this other stuff. That's not my problem. That's the Most High's problem. And I'm going to stay where I'm at.
But the beef is, but still the beef is, why do the whole world think light-skinned people when they hear Israel, when they hear Jew? Why does the whole world? How can people better understand Israel? Or maybe they don't have to. How can they better understand Israel without hearing the pseudo stuff and the race stuff and all of that other stuff in light of all of the stuff that's going on?
So you're asking, how do they make a distinction?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, drop the title Israelite. Don't call yourself an Israelite. Call yourself a Messianic Jew, or call yourself a Black Jew or a Jew of color. I don't identify as a BHI. I don't identify as an Israelite anymore because of this very reason. You are labeled first as an extremist or as somebody who's appropriating Judaism. And the reason why light-skinned people, quote unquote light-skinned people, Jews, are associated with Israel in large part is because they were out there putting in the work. They preserved documents. They were out there making movements, political movements for people to back them. And so they did a lot of what's it called, grassroots and getting out there. And so the Israelite side of that isn't doing that. And so that's why you have that problem.
So Sean, let me ask you this.
That might be something right there, because people hear Israel right now. Israel done got a bad taste in it. They done took this whole thing, and they can say what they want. They done took this whole thing and jacked this whole thing up.
Yeah, and Michael
They done took this thing and jacked this whole thing up. So I don't even know how people would come into the awakening now based on what these folk running around here doing. She said, call yourself a Messianic Jew. Yeah. Y'all think that's better? Because it maybe sound better? Kobe, what are you talking about? You Israel now? You a Jew now? That's what I go by now, Messianic Jew. Father God, I got to talk about Kobe in the back chat. Go ahead, Dunamis.
Nah, that's where, because on micro level and macro, there seems to be a lot of burnt bridges and issues after the use of Israel. And when I asked Plummer a long time ago, rest in peace, I was like, how do you know if someone's an Israelite just when you see them? You know what I'm saying? Because with a Jew, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. For the most part, out of yarmulke, whatever, this and that. But how would you know someone's an Israelite? And it doesn't seem like there's any distinction between an Israelite and someone who's an Israelite and someone who's not.
So are those Jews set apart and the Israelites not?
Careful now.
I'm just asking a question.
It's low key. It seems that way. Even a standpoint about this guy, I don't know what he's doing. He ain't got no real beard. But the way they carry their hair and whatnot, it seems they really try to set themselves apart. And that's why even like if I go in your house, what's the difference between going to your house and a regular Black Christian's house? Okay, there's gonna be a Bible, there's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, this and that, but what differences should I see? Is gonna be a zuzah on the door? Is it gonna be, you know what I'm saying, a prayer shawl laying around? How can I tell that's where? All right, let me see, Bruce. What's next? The prophecy says all Gentiles, including blacks, Arabs, Asians, and all who put Israel in captivity will go into captivity, and it will double punishment. That's Bible.
Double punishment.
So, Bruce, when you be driving around the city, you go in that convenience store, you like, man, just wait, Haba, you about to get yours. You know what I'm saying? You go to that Chinese buffet, you look at the server and say, just wait. How do you view people then? If you just view them as that punishment coming, how do you preach to them? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Willis said most Jews won't even let you in their house. Why? Because they believe in being separate.
Yeah. Okay, red letter says my light. Yeah. That's what. Ah, man, that's weird.
Bro, Bruce, I need you to calm all the way down. And I need everybody in the chat to calm all the way down. I'm not, first of all, you're grown. I'm not telling you, I'm recommending if you don't want to be lumped with the camps and with some of the camp-leaning moderates and lumped as a BHI, okay, in that doctrine, then I suggest you continue to claim your Israelite ancestry, but you might want to label it differently as, say, Messianic Jew. That was my suggestion based on the conversation. I'm not telling you to stop being Israel. Nobody's telling you to stop being Israel. I'm saying other people are going to automatically label you a certain way just based off of the verbiage you're using. So I suggest you don't use that verbiage if you don't want that reaction. Make sense?
Because Shaw, you deal with a lot of them MENA, right? What, Middle East, North African, right?
Correct.
So if you come around with that, they already kind of label you and kind of dismiss your arguments because of that, right?
We're all, yes. I mean, and they're super rude. They're very nasty. They're very disrespectful. You have to meet your audience where they are. And if you're talking to groups of people like that, and you already can tell how they lean towards certain groups, then you may want to approach them differently so you can get a different response.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't think y'all know this. I might say Jesus in prayer, but whenever Jesus comes up, I'll just say Christ. Because I know some of y'all got beef with Jesus. So just to keep the peace and kind of get past that. But I think a lot of y'all, there are those who lack tact to understand how to work in certain groups. I don't need to say my beliefs to keep my beliefs to be true. And I'm not denying the Messiah. I'm just saying I know how y'all think. Well, there are certain people how they think. So I might not say certain things. I might say Yeshua, because some of y'all sacred namers, but it is what it is. I don't care. I'm trying to get my point across.
To be a Messianic Jew, you need to know Jesus. Do what you're saying. They don't know Jesus. They are Messianic in that sense.
Yeah.
Dexter. Go ahead.
Well, now, there's some beef with the Jesus. And even the fact that
the truth of the matter is what people may call race doctrine. It's what these people believe. It's what these people believe right here. You want to call it race, you want to call it whatever. The camp's been preaching that. And you got some, to be honest, with servants and all of that other stuff. You got some Jews. Shoot, you got some light-skinned Jews believe that y'all they serpent there. Y'all are Gentiles. Y'all they serpents right now on this planet. Y'all created right there. This is crazy stuff. What people believe.
Yeah, and then that's one thing. Because even the fact about Berean, with Sabbaths, high holidays, we recognize that we don't celebrate them. But with Christmas, it's crazy how folks be bagging on us when we try to be the most accommodating. You know what I'm saying? Shalom and all that kind of stuff, but folks don't see it like that. Hey, one new man. Exactly. But I think JL said something earlier. He said, something like with people who migrate, they don't mix. In Texas right now, you know how many Mexicans are dating blacks? You know what I'm saying? In New York, you know how many people are
PayPal.
It's just the fact that when you have people who are in the area for a while, they tend to mix. Children see each other. They grow up with one another. It's nothing new. It's always been like that since the dawn of mankind. So you have a group there for a long period of time. Folks just tend to mix. It is what it is. But fair use.
Which is a systemic issue in white.
Now, but and real quick, I'm not saying nothing's wrong with him. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like this dude. I got some presuppositions about him. I think he doesn't come too authentic, like he has an agenda. So that's what him reading it. I don't think he's too. It just comes all to me off. You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
It loses the passion. I agree with you there.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Societies. So don't tell Jews that they have white privilege just because some of us don't deal with the struggles of another community. Whiteness should not only be seen through the lens of black people. Racism isn't the only form of xenophobia, and not experiencing racism specifically doesn't mean you have white privilege. The second that they see our clothing, our Magan David and Chai, hear our names, or just find out that we are Jewish, then we get hit hard. Jews get gunned down and brutalized all the time, and we make up only 0.01% of the world's population, and half of us live in Israel. You want to know more? Jews are currently the only non-white minority group where their civil and indigenous rights are constantly delegitimized and held at a double standard in intellectual and political discourse, especially on college campuses. Jews are the only non-white minority group that is always used as a scapegoat and attached to every evil this world has seen or sees. The death of Jesus, the Black Plagues, the economic situation in Germany, communism, capitalism, 9/11, global warming, economic distraught, wars in Africa, earthquakes, and now even COVID-19. To the far right of white politics, we are the evil communist. And to the far left of white politics, we are the greedy capitalist. I mean, name me another community that is the common enemy of all enemies. In Europe and in South America, it has become so dangerous for Jews that the military of the countries that Jews reside in have to put up soldiers and guards outside of our synagogues, kosher grocery shops, and Jewish community centers. We are also the only group where we are told we can't even fight for our rights. I don't hear anyone telling women, the LGBTQ plus community, Native Americans, Latinos, or people of color to stand down, that their suffering should be minimized and their struggle silenced. The next time you call a Jew white, ask.
No, I know. The minute about the Emma, no. Because the whole thing is, how many people of color has he shown? How many Jews of color has he shown in his whole thing about Jews? They've all been of a lot of hue. I don't know, man. And I don't know. It seems to be a bias. So right now, if I were to convert, become a Jew, would he be received like that or what? So that's how many synagogues would they look at me with a side eye? That's the whole thing. He got a bias, bro. He got a bias.
Ask yourself if a white supremacist would agree with you. If they wouldn't, then you are part of the problem, minimizing our experiences and keeping us down. Can Jews be white passing in certain circumstances? Sure, the same way any other non-white minority can be white passing when they don't have to be or aren't targeted for being Jewish. Whiteness should not only be seen through the experience of one minority community. Black lives matter just as much as any other life. I support anyone that says Black lives matter that actually means it. Jews support the BLM message, but most of us reject the BLM Incorporated platform because they officially support anti-Semitic actions and movements like BDS, which seeks to, like we've discussed, demonize and delegitimize Israel and to get the world to associate all evils that community faces with the Jews or our empowerment. Big ups to BLM for speaking up on the injustices happening in white societies against people of color, and shame on the official platform for either willingly or being foolishly manipulated into politicizing something so pure and clear and siding with those who seek to push for Jewish persecution, oppression, and disempowerment. Let's not pretend that everything going on is black and white right now. People in power are politicizing real issues to divide and conquer. Let's fight against racism. Let's fight against anti-Semitism. Let's end any and all forms of xenophobia that exist. Let's resist using the lives of our human brothers and sisters to push political agendas and spread hate. We need light into this world, and light has no color.
Yeah, Hebrew Israel, you had the mic. But Shari, you put in the back chat. I've been looking for that. Where can I find that?
This is, I put the link in there, but that was pbs.org.
Oh, okay, I didn't see it. Yeah, let me pull that up.
Yeah, I put the link in there, and this is why. Yeah, you're gonna pull it up for me.
Yeah, I got it up.
All right. This is why I was saying what I was saying about essentially relabeling yourself, because of this White House task force that has been put together to fight anti-Semitism and what they're deeming as anti-Semitism.
Hey, so Bruce, when they get that roll call, when y'all got y'all meetings out in the precinct, are you gonna start reporting? Hang on a second, man. Go ahead, Hebrew Israel. You got the mic.
No, I was just coming on to say that a lot of stuff that Rudy was saying is kind of on point, and it's kind of crazy how a lot has been going on with the Jewish people in terms of a lot of the anti-Semitism and things that's going on with them. There's actually been a lot of talk online. I have a video, if I can find it, I'll send you the link and you can pull it up. But there are white supremacists and black supremacists that kind of want to work together to take on the Jews. I can try to find that. But I was thinking to myself, like, yeah, they definitely are going through a lot of persecution and things of that nature. Let me see if I can find this video.
No, yeah, if you can find it, you pull it up. Now, and nobody's not. You're right. There is a lot of persecution, particularly like in the U.S. So I think just with Rudy, for myself, the message is on point, but just the way he goes about it to me just sounds something's off. And he talks about, Jews of color, but it seems to be just from, maybe later on he'll have more Jews of color. He more shows a certain type of Jew that goes into the narrative that Jews are white or of a lot of hue, But
yeah, he's probably more. He would probably be more, of course, as we all would, more what's the word, commandeering to people that look like him. That's understandable, but he definitely has worked with like Igbo Jews and Limba Jews as well. I'm cool with Rudy. I actually wouldn't even mind talking to him, but yeah, I do understand what you mean. Like he could probably be a bit for some people, he might be a bit too Zionistic for some folks. I can get that.
That might be the term. It's more the Zionism. Yeah. Let me trying to these things.
But I'm going to find this video and put the link in because I feel like folks should kind of. Oh, I saw the video. I was shocked, but here, let me see.
Nah, why are you pulling that up? Let me pull this up.
As we cannot.
Yeah, let me pull up our good friend Joe Biden. We gotta respect him though. He's the president. We gotta pray for him.
Agreed. Yeah.
But the Talmud teaches us we cannot rely on or expect miracles. We have to earn them. Earn them. We know that task's not easy. No one knows better than this audience. This year's Hanukkah arrives in the midst of rising emboldenment of anti-Semitism at home and, quite frankly, around the world. I recognize your fear, your hurt, your.
I'm letting roll, but hold on, what doctrine is that? Do we work for miracles? Let me run it back.
But the Talmud teaches us we cannot rely on or expect miracles. We have to earn them. Earn them. We know that task's not easy. No one knows better than this audience. This year's Hanukkah arrives in the midst of rising emboldenment of anti-Semitism at home and, quite frankly, around the world. I recognize your fear, your hurt, your worry that this violent venom is becoming too normal. As your president, I want to make this clear. As my dad would say, and many of you have said, silence is complicity. We must not remain silent. But I made no bones about it from the very beginning. I will not be silent. America will not be silent. I mean it. Over 20 years ago, here in the White House, my dear friend Elie Wiesel, and he was a friend, became a friend, who passed away 6 years ago, and we all miss, delivered a speech about, quote, the perils of indifference. The perils of indifference. He said, indifference is not a response. Indifference is not a beginning. Indifference is an end. And therefore, indifference is always the friend of the enemy. Always the friend of the enemy. Today, we must all say clearly and forcefully, anti-Semitism and all forms of hate and violence in this country have no safe harbor in America. Period. And evil, this is not hyperbole. Evil will not win. Hate will not prevail. Like this White House menorah, our commitment to the safety of the Jewish people and the vibrancy of Jewish life is tightly woven into every fabric of America, is permanent. Permanent. And folks, that's why I appointed Deborah Lipstadt, the Holocaust expert. There you are, Deborah. Holocaust expert, first ambassador level special envoy to monitor and combat anti-Semitism. And you got it in your heart, and you got it in your head, and you got the capacity to do it. God.
Yeah, so this is what he's talking about. So this is a month ago, on Hanukkah. So yeah, I think the article might go more into it. So we've seen the task force being done, and especially the elections coming up. So if President Biden's thinking about running, then he's going to do whatever he can to get them votes. So, yeah. We're going to see. It's going to be...
Love it. I've launched a new effort to develop a national strategy to counter the scourge of anti-Semitism and convene the first of its kind White House summit on combating hate-fueled violence. We helped secure the largest increase in federal funding ever for the physical security of nonprofits, including synagogues and Jewish community centers. And nobody should ever fear going to a religious service or a school or walking down the street wearing a symbol of one's faith. Let me close with this. Just as we light one candle after another lesson from the Talmud is this. No matter what challenge we face, we've never stopped moving forward. Think about it. Never once have we stopped moving forward. We must rise in our faith and holiness, never decline. And as we do, let us also hold on to hope. As the Jewish proverb says, ever a glimmer of light, every glimmer of light can dispel much darkness, even a glimmer of light, I should say. That's why during this sacred season, I've never been more optimistic, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I've never been more optimistic about America, the future of America.
Thanks for watching.
What say ye? What are your thoughts on that? If any. Because sure, I see what you're saying. It's going why kind of disassociate from the title Israelite, because that's going to be a trigger word, a key word for a lot of them.
If YouTube has an algorithm just to recommend you videos, and the government say they're gonna be looking into this matter of anti-Semitism and on and off, online and offline, you need to watch your words. That's it. Watch your words. You don't want to get flagged. You don't want, any of that to happen, especially if you're over here in this community and you identify as a Christian Israelite. And you know for a fact you don't hold camp doctrine. The algorithm not gonna care. You saying certain keywords and phrases.
I agree with that. That term Israel is that thing's tore down. That ain't got that term Israel. That's a problem. And people could say what they want, but they do got a lot of camp. They do got a lot of, I don't know, people want to call them camp sympathizers or whatever. Y'all saying, because I know Israelites, they say it's Bible and we're going to be hated and people are going into captivity and those people are fake and all of this stuff. If God told you to preach that, then folk are fake. If God told you to do that, you go ahead. You go on ahead and you just do whatever. You just do whatever. Told y'all when the whole thing jumped off, listen, feds, these other light-skinned Jews coming through. I'm telling folks something, and these folks just talking. They just yapping. They just acting crazy. And then them people turned around. They siding with the camps. They siding with the camps. That's they peeps. Sister E and them and all of them, that's they peeps. The Sakari and them is they peeps. This is one people. I don't want to separate. These are one people. I don't want to separate y'all. I want all of y'all to be together. That's what y'all want. That's what Dante said, that the finesse was to separate the camps from the non-campers. I didn't know y'all were one people. But y'all have proven that y'all are one people. Go ahead and run with them folk. Go ahead and run with them folk. Y'all believe them folk don't need to live. Them people ain't right and exact, right, Pastor Kelly? Them Jews ain't right and exact, right? Them Jews ain't got a right to exist. They fake, right, Sister E? They're gonna be destroyed. They need to be up under your authority. That's what y'all preaching and teaching. I'm gonna do, you know what I'm gonna start doing? One Israelite at a time. I think tomorrow morning I'm doing a 10-hour on Pastor Kelly. One Israelite at a time. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. We ain't just separating like that. What we're gonna do is talk about y'all folk.
Maybe we should stop calling them moderates.
Open this awakening. I done spent time thinking y'all are one thing and y'all another. I feel some type of way about y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, every day, in Jesus' name, 10 hours every day, every one of y'all thought y'all was the truth. Stood up for y'all. But now it's this. Your real colors coming out. Oh, y'all got y'all numbers up? Your real colors coming out. Who y'all are? What y'all doing? How y'all move? I see what's going on. Y'all are the camps. Y'all are them people. Y'all them people, all right. I promise you in Jesus' name. I promise you in Jesus' name. I feel some type of way about it, and I'm going to do something about it. Y'all can bring up my record. Y'all can bring up whatever y'all want to. I'm getting ready to get funky with y'all. I'm getting ready to get funky with y'all. Dante, put me on that list. Put me on that list. I'm placing. No, go ahead, Dunamis. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead, Hebrews. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say maybe we should stop calling them moderates because they're really not moderates. At first, we thought they were moderates, but they're really not. They're just the sub branch of the camps. I guess you can call them Christian camps. I don't know, but
they ain't even. I don't even know what to say because Bruce said, "Yo, we're the same people. We believe in Jesus. You would rather basically saying you would rather lift up I'm just saying you can't say that them folk and y'all can't say them folk ain't got no. Listen, what y'all doing? Y'all doing a lot. Y'all doing a lot.
Well, hold on, Brent.
Well,
oh, go ahead, sorry, but IOIC don't even believe in baptism, so that should
Don't
be.
believe that. And listen, oh man, I'm gonna leave them folk alone.
Dunamis, you remember that ADL article I had you bring up, right?
Yeah.
And what I wanted people to see for themselves, I didn't want to explicitly state it because I really wasn't trying to split the room. But unfortunately, in that article, it would seem like the difference is extreme BHI and non-extreme BHI, which this community would consider to be moderates. They share along the same lines as doctrine. The only distinction the ADL made in that article was one group is extreme, the other is not. Both are considered BHI.
Yeah.
Moore said it in the chat. Darbyites. That's what they are. Not moderates. Darbyites.
And low key, they probably got the keywords already. Fake, Ashkenazi, what else? Khazars. So it's not gonna be too hard for them to, yeah.
Well, listen, you call this thing for what it is. The truth of the matter is their doctrine is making it hard for Jewish people to exist on this planet. Their doctrine is making it hard. That's all the feds need to know. That's all they need to know. Y'all think the Jews need to be destroyed. The Jews don't have a right to exist and do what they do. That's a problem.
And even with the eschatology, 1,000 years.
Folk, can the movement go on without talking? When I seen which way it was going, can the movement go on without talking about them folk? We got to talk about it all. Y'all told us to expose the talk, right? Y'all saying they fake. Y'all saying them people this, them people that. Okay, this is what it is. All right. Now go call Remy on me. Remy and them recognize. Go call Remy on me, Kelly. Told you I was going to talk to them. I was going to talk to them folk. And what I could say, I'll tell you right now, what that rabbi told me on Eastern Parkway. What he told me on Eastern Parkway. Y'all, yep, everybody. What he told me, it's true. It's true. What them apologists told me, it's true. What can I do? I'm like, nah, give them a chance, hear them out. These people born again, da. It's true. Ralph, what you come on here for? Alan, what you come on here for? But to tear down everybody and lift up Israel. What you come on here to tell us? This Sakari, this a deacon, this a disciple of Sakari right here. What doctrine? What you come to tell us?
I can call us coons and all that kind of stuff and dip out.
Shalom, brother. I never called you a coon, though.
You never called?
I never called you a coon.
No, not a coon, not the coon word.
Okay, my bad. I take that back. I don't mean to misspeak.
Now I do say you pick certain you kind of bias on which articles you pick out. On sometimes you feel.
You know, that's another conversation. That's another
conversation. I want to look at Joel 3.
What you want to look at today?
I want to go on the prophecy on Joel 3, right?
Oh boy, where Wicked's at? That's Wicked's favorite scripture.
Yeah, I seen a video that came out. The lady, she was a Caucasian lady. She said, she did her history. She found out that her family, and she was in the north. Her family owned over 10,000 slaves, brought over 10,000 slaves to America, and sold them, right? And bought them with basically wine, and that's a prophecy of Joel 3. And she was speaking on, I think, CBS, and a lot of people say the North didn't have slaves, but she said yes they did. She did her research. They had boats coming from the North going to that, and I got the video if I wanted to share it.
Hold on, you gotta wait in line, Alan. We got two things lined up. Right. Hebrew Israel, this is a video, right?
Yeah, so this video is going to kind of show y'all why when it comes to all this black supremacy type of talk and things, we BHI, like, y'all gotta, like, the only way I can say is just gotta stop doing what you're doing, because this stuff is being monitored and you need to change up your tune and just accept the people as who they are, as I'm Israel, because they are Israel. And when it comes to black supremacy and white supremacy, this video is actually going to go into the fact that there has been a lot of talk online of white supremacists and black supremacists working together to basically take on the Jewish people, which obviously is not going to end well. You're going to lose. So, but yeah, you can play this video. This first video is going to go into that, and then the second video is going to be shorter, but it's going to be a little bit more lighthearted than this one. And by the way, trigger warning, there's going to be some words used, but yeah.
All right. And then one thing, because somebody mentioned Clubhouse, do y'all really think, because Elon Musk figured out that on Twitter was basically just a cover-up for the feds, PSYOP. Do y'all really think the feds ain't buying Clubhouse data, all them recordings, even which y'all delete, and run through with AI and language recognition, all that kind of stuff?
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was in Clubhouse one time. Because I go into a lot of the Jewish rooms, but I don't say anything. This was way back when I used to be on the app. And they were talking about how that an algorithm is being made to track your voice when you're speaking, you know, in anti-Semitic words and all that type of stuff. That they're going to track your voice, and judging by your voice, they're going to know exactly, you know, who you are, where you live, and your job, and take you down. So yeah, there actually are algorithms being made and steps being taken to get rid of these anti-Semites, which anti-Semites should be dealt with, as well as anybody who's racist to any other ethnic group, whether it be black, white, Jews, Asians, whatever.
Yeah, because then with you talking about the state of Israel has one of the best cybersecurity programs in the world. They cracked WhatsApp. So you think the state of Israel right now, Mossad, ain't doing things?
Mossad ain't playing with these black racists. Mossad ain't playing with these folk.
No, they're not playing at all. No.
They not playing, and they putting fire up under the feds in the United States of America. I ain't telling y'all what I think. Try to warn these people, or people gonna do what they do. They this is what they feel. But it's good that people talk and the real them come out. It's good. It's good. It's good. Y'all saying the Bible wants some folk destroyed. I don't know. That's what y'all saying, and y'all using scriptures. This is what it is. This is what it is. Y'all protect you. Y'all protect you preaching what y'all preaching.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. This is the last thing I'm going to say. You don't have to demarcate other people to be an Israelite. All you got to just say is that we're both Israel. We're both Am Israel. You don't have to demarcate people. Like, if you just drop the whole Khazar Act and just say you're an Israelite, then you're Gucci. You're good. I mean, I don't know why we even have to say that they're not Israel to prove that you're Israel. It don't make sense to me. Both can
I'm
be.
trying to find it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right, let me let this play. Fair use.
Ben Shapiro claimed that Kanye isn't turning anyone anti-Semitic. He's wrong, and I'll show you how.
Most people who are in any way engaged with these issues, I don't think they're being convinced to be anti-Semitic by Ye.
For the last couple of months, Kanye's been ranting about Jews.
Is Jewish Zionists.
Jewish.
I want Jewish children to look at their daddy and say, why is Jay mad at us?
In a bizarre twist, the far right are now rallying behind him. Think about that. Literal white supremacists are now cheerleading for a black man.
What does everyone think about Kanye West? I think he's a G. What Kanye said has got the whole world talking about this issue.
The world's most famous hip-hop superstar is calling out the Jews for all to see.
I'm totally in support of Kanye.
I was very happy, as you know, with Kanye West. Now that Ye's out there, it's the right thing to do to support the guy who is attacking the Jews.
I think the goal of the Ye 24 campaign will be also metapolitical in the sense of promoting, Christian ethics in politics and hopefully anti-Semitic, so to speak, counter-Semitic ideas.
This year is crazy. Few people would have been able to predict that white supremacists would be reacting like that to Kanye West, but they are. But a more concerning trend that we observed was white supremacists trying to recruit black people to their anti-Semitic ideology.
Which brings me here to, the Negroes. Old Kanye lost $2 billion supposedly here, and so I would like to propose an Aryan Nations and Proud Alliance against Jews. This is all I'm saying.
And it cuts both ways. Black supremacists are now reaching out to neo-Nazis to build an anti-Jewish alliance.
The only way to beat these guys is the two groups, the extreme blacks and the extreme whites. Because what happens is once they come together, there's a middle. We fight the best. We're the meanest.
Right.
You guys go to second level. You've done it before. You figured them out. It's you and the Jew. You deal with the Jew.
Yeah.
So we sit down here, we talk, we figure that out. We get out each other's way and we save each other's race.
Don't think that it's just anti-Semites talking to anti-Semites, though. Despite what Ben Shapiro thinks, ordinary people are also being radicalized. Take this next clip, where John Menadio, one of America's most notorious anti-Semites, wins over many of the black panelists and commenters on this popular YouTube channel.
I am a white supremacist, okay? I identify as a neo-Nazi.
This guy is a Nazi who uses... Oh, no, they got Brother Sanchez? No, oh, man. They got... Oh, bruh. But... For those that don't,
it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, this is that back channel. This is like that late night channel you watch because there's nothing else on. Conspiracy theories and all that kind of stuff. But they got brothers. Oh man, they labeling everybody. Yo, this is crazy. Hi, let me play. Yo,
The N-word. So what?
Man, listen. What I'm saying is this: who he is. You see who his who his energy is rooted at attacking. I don't think this man want to exterminate black people. Nothing.
I don't.
Right.
I
You
don't.
look at what he's saying. Like, yeah, go ahead.
Here we go. Here's the media. All the people that are pushing all this stuff on our kids, right? 96% of America's media is owned by Jews. Keep in mind, when you call me, a Nazi or whatever, you got to realize that Hitler worked with Africans, he worked with Japanese, and he worked with Indians
right
as
there,
well. Bro, you listen to Ray.
Ain't that what the BHI say? Oh, Hitler called the blacks Jews. They're the true Jews. Like they're quoting Hitler and stuff like that. Like this is dangerous grounds. What we're dealing with here.
Very, very dangerous ground. But the problem is, do these people know, the ones that's the handlers, do they know? Do they know how deep it is? I agree with Pastor Des. It's the same spirit. And what is the spirit? The Jew must be destroyed. The Christian church must be destroyed. Trust me, these folk leaders in this movement, what's the name already said it? Nathaniel and them already said it. Christianity got to go. It's the same spirit. The Jew got to go and the Christian church got to go. Don't think nothing different. Don't think nothing different. They don't respect the church at all. The church got to go. It's just what it is.
Oh, Alan, I say you jumped on. Do you want? I'm not sure if you had much time, but
hold on, bro. I just got back to the hotel room. Don't tell me that these folks are so white supremacists.
Yeah, they're.
Oh man.
Yeah, they're actually Nazis. They're straight up Nazis, white supremacists. One of the guys just said the proud N-words, the Aryan nation, and the proud, N-words should create an alliance and stuff. And this is what I mean. Like black supremacists and white supremacists are starting to work together, or wanting to work together to take on the Jews, which is unironically it makes the Jews really seem like the chosen people right now because everybody hates them. Literally everybody.
What other people?
What Alan got to say about that? Because I was a few months ago. And I had a white wife and all of that stuff. What say ye, Alan? What say ye about that?
From what I know, what I see, the camps, they don't align with Caucasians. That must be some outside people. I don't see no camps ever try to even attempt to align with them,
All right, so these black supremacists who spit all of that black power stuff, who side with this guy, are they coons?
Yeah, you're gonna hear in this clip right here, one of them saying, "I don't care if he calls me the N-word, as long as we go against the Jews."
Let me run it back for a second.
Hey, listen, the Black Power movement is finished. Y'all,
the FBI is going to crack down on that. 100%.
No, it's going to always be people that deal with the Black Power movement. But trust me, it's going to be a problem with what people will call freedom of speech and all of this stuff. It's going to be a problem. And if them folk believe that this thing spread largely through the internet grassroots, I'm gonna leave that alone.
Hey, get J Jax out of here. Get J Jax out of here. She's trying to blow shots at me.
J Jax, look at I just sent you a messenger. Go ahead.
Let me run it back for a quick second.
You can go back a little bit, doing this since Alton didn't see everything or hear everything.
Okay, I'm identify as a neo-Nazi.
This
guy is a Nazi who uses the N-word.
So what?
Man, listen. What I'm saying is this: who he is. You see who his energy is rooted at attacking. I don't think this man want to exterminate black people. Nothing.
I don't.
Right. You look at what he's saying. Like, yeah, go ahead.
Here we go. Here's the media. All the people that are pushing all this stuff on our kids, right? 96% of America's media is owned by Jews. Keep in mind, when you call me, a Nazi or whatever, you got to realize that Hitler worked with Africans, he worked with Japanese, and he worked with Indians as well. Bro, you listen to Ray Higgins, listen to Pastor Ray Higgins and what he said about Hitler.
And that's how I know.
Hold on.
Yo!
Oh man,
everybody getting labeled. How you know I'm Ray Higgins?
Y'all don't know the Masons behind that. The Masons started the awakening. Y'all don't know these are just tools. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. They want to talk
hold on, Berean.
I got a conspiracy, all right.
Hold on. Berean, are you telling me that white supremacists are walking around with that compass of square on their ring? Y'all ain't seen Rosewood.
There ain't no timestamp. Is timestamps on this thing?
On this particular video?
No. I'm talking to sister in the chat. Go ahead, y'all. I'm trying to burn my food, make that smoke alarm go off again.
This this is so. It's like everybody know everybody. And you would.
Hey, yo, hold on. You mean to tell me that a whole Jewish man is pulling up these receipts?
And you can say what you want. Ray Hagan is the feds too. Ray Hagan's police, the Fraternal Order of Police, and Nathaniel is police. Y'all don't want no connections. Y'all doesn't play with them folk. Them folk will be y'all. They running around here talking about who the feds. Boy, them whole organizations started by them other people.
And then when someone
started by them other people.
Then when talk about MK Ultra and the government and psyops and all that kind of stuff, but not seeing infiltration being done,
controlling your mind.
Right. And then you got to think about you got to think about how they infiltrated the Black Panther Party and all of that stuff too. So
and listen, they ain't never this stuff was never just NASA.
Sure, nice you have police on payroll, but that's something else. Let me let the front.
This dude know what he's talking about. Like Ray Hagan is the truth.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure this guy knows exactly.
You have been conditioned. You've been conditioned. You can't question the Holocaust in 18 countries. 18 countries.
Yeah, I just want to ask you, HT, because my first thing when I hear is automatic racism bash. So I just want to get a quick, if Sanchez allowed, a quick understanding of what you mean by that.
Real quick, like I just believe in, I believe stop the hate and separate. I think that all places should be homogenous. I believe that Black folks and white folks can figure this out after the enemy of humanity is dealt with, and we will not go anywhere if we continue killing each other and just constantly talking crap about each other. I believe what Kanye did was pretty brave.
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like what he's saying and what Rob's saying, and he said he the damn racist.
This unification.
Let me finish. You only got a few minutes left. I'm gonna let it finish. I'm bringing it out. Let me let it finish.
Of black and white anti-Semites culminated with two of the world's most infamous far-right figures, Milo Yiannopoulos and Nick Fuentes, being recruited by Kanye to manage his campaign. Now, here's Team Kanye in their own words.
But I would say that the Jews had better start being nice to people like us, because what comes out of this is going to be a lot uglier and a lot worse for them than anything that's being said on this show or has been said on this show.
I draw a quite crisp, clean red line between Orthodox Jews who actually practice their faith, who seem on the whole to be thoroughly decent people to me, and secular liberal Jews who, as far as I'm concerned, should all be hanging from City Hall.
Anti-Semitism is being mainstreamed. Pariahs who were once on the fringes of society are now being broadcast on primetime TV and dining with former presidents. As economies collapse and the world becomes more and more unstable, history is repeating itself. The Nazis are marching.
That video makes one sober.
Yeah, hold on. Didn't the Nazis, for all them black kids that were mixed, not euthanize, what's the word?
Castrate
and
kill them too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So why is Brother Sanchez saying he agreed with him when that man talking about separate the races? What's gonna happen to all the mixed kids?
It's obvious that if blacks and white supremacists work together, the white supremacists will just go for the blacks next. I mean, it's so stupid.
Right.
It's so stupid, bro.
And the majority of the whole movement is ran by mixed folk.
Careful.
Light-skinned bosses like the Nation of Islam.
That Jesuit money talking freely, Alton.
And by the way, this next video right here that I have is a lot more lighthearted because what we just watched was pretty serious, but this one's lighthearted, and blacks and Jews should actually be the ones working together instead of blacks and white supremacists, because the Jewish people, they actually have love for the black community, and this video is going to go into that.
From the Jewish community to the black community. Right now, the world is trying to pin us against each other. And I want to let you know, hear it from me first, a Jew, that we have nothing but love, respect, and admiration for you, for your people, for your culture, and for your beautiful community. We wish nothing but the best and nothing but good. And we hope that you feel the same about us. God bless you. God bless all the nations of the world for that matter. We should hear good news. We should hear peace. We should hear love. Because that is what God is about. God bless. This is a special message from the Jewish community to the black community. Right now, the world is trying to pin us against each other. And I want to let you know, hear it from me first, a Jew, that we have nothing but love, respect, and admiration for you, for your people, for your culture, and for your beautiful community.
Hold on, stop
We
that
wish
video
nothing
for a
but the
minute.
best and
Stop
nothing
that
but
video
good.
for a minute. Stop that video for a minute. Here's the Catholic Church demon slayer. Everything is the Catholic Church. Everything is the wicked church. Come on, Bruce. Now,
Praise
he
the Most
said,
High
God,
Yahweh,
he
Son,
said
Yeshua
God, hold on. He said, God
Hello,
is
everyone.
love.
Listen.
I don't even want to get you right now. The guy in the video said, God is love and God bless every nation. I'm going to ask them if that's Bible. Go ahead, Bruce.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we could hear you. What? Here we can hear you.
Okay, hold on for a minute. All right, listen.
Wait, Bruce, you in the police car?
Yeah. I'm in a booster. I'm in a booster car. Y'all don't know what that is, so I ain't gonna explain.
Nah,
it.
he in an undercover car. That it look like a plain car, but you know.
Bruce heading down to the synagogue for the midweek prayer session. He had to protect it.
Man.
All right. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, listen. That what you just showed on the video. Don't ever deceive yourself into believing that guys like me, those in the awakening who believe in Yeshua and the gospel and his precious gospel and believe in the Most High Yah and law, statutes, and commandments would side with any racist, demonic, ungodly demons that you just showed on your screen. We would never, those of us in the awakening who believe in the Messiah, will ever side with racists who will want to harm any Jewish person or white person or Asian person or any person of any ethnicity. So I ever believe that we, myself, Dante, Teo, Benai Israel, Pastor Kelly, or any of us, and any of those Sakari, I don't even know Sakarian that would succumb to some, murderous spirit that will come against the Jewish people. So don't ever deceive yourself to believing we will side with those people like that, because we're not that type. We're not of that spirit. That is not in our hearts. We're just merely trying to show through the scriptures that we are the people of the book, and those people that's over there in the land are not the original descendants of Jacob. So that's all I really have to say. But please do not associate us with those wicked people on that video, and including those black people. Hold on, wait a minute. Right. Including those blacks who siding with those racists and those white supremacists. Do not, please.
Well, the point of the video, Bruce, is not about whether or not you're going to side with white supremacists. The point of the video is that you guys are basically saying the same thing that they're saying.
No,
so they're not
that is not the point of the video. No, it's not. The black guy and the white guy is talking about forming an alliance with blacks or the niggers, like the white guy said on the porch, and that other black guy who is just as wicked. So that is not the point of the video. You all put that out there, and people who are simple-minded won't be able to discern what is truth, what is fact. So I'm not going to allow you all to do that.
Things though, you saying the same thing that they all saying.
No. Well, what I'm saying is,
right. That is the point.
what I'm saying is, do not associate with that. That is unfair. That is unjust, and you will be adjudged for that for doing that. We have told you many times. Wait a minute. Let me just finish. We have told you many times that we believe in the gospel of Yeshua HaMashiach. You all call him Jesus the Christ. You know, we have told you many times we believe in the Old Testament, the Tanakh, and we believe in the New Testament. So don't associate us with them. That is unjust. That is unrighteous, and it is not true.
Bruce, here's the thing. Us talking on this panel and us in the chat are the very least of your worries. The reason why a lot of these conversations are taking place on this particular channel and videos like this are coming up is because you guys are basically saying the same things, and people are watching. They looking at y'all and saying,
that's a lie. Anybody who's got any common sense, know we are not talking about the same thing. We are not. That's a lie.
You can't stay in Wonderland forever, man. This stuff is
no.
Do BHI quote Hitler?
That is a lie from the pit of hell. We do not preach the same thing. That is a lie. I'm not going to allow you to do that, and I'm not going to allow your hearing audience to say that. We do not preach the same thing, and you all know that.
No, talking points. You all know that. Talking points.
Not even the talking points. It's not even close. It is not even close. They are talking about forming an alliance, a confederacy, into coming against the Jewish people, the 1948 people. We do not aspire for that. We do not adhere to that. All we're saying is that we're Israel, and we're trying to get you to understand that we are the people of the book, and we believe in the gospel of Jesus. Don't even try to put us to that. I'm not going to allow you to do that or anyone else. That is not true. And anyone that I associate with or listen to, Dante, Teo, Pastor Kelly, Sister E, Benaiah Israel, Ron Dalton, we don't subscribe to that foolishness and that wicked, murderous spirit.
All right. Do you believe that the Jewish people, the Ashkenazis and all of those people, do you think that they running amok in the world, or do they control everything? Do you believe that?
They do control everything. That don't mean that we subscribe to that. No, see, that's just idiotic and that's disingenuous. They do read. They do control the world. The Zionists, who are Ashkenazi, control the world. They control all the monetary banks, all the Federal Reserve, the International Monetary Fund. They control. They control the UN. So please, that has nothing to do with siding with racists trying to come up against Jewish people. That has nothing to do with it.
Jews control China. Ashkenazi Jews control North Korea.
Well, Ashkenazi Jews have a hand in controlling them because you know what it's all about?
Oh.
As of right now, it's about the dollar. It's about the federal. And when the monetary system changes, then there will be a difference and there will be war, which is coming upon the face of the earth. That's coming.
Bruce, hold on, man. Like, listen, the white supremacist in the video just said that. He just said
that ain't got nothing. No. They is not saying what we're saying. You know, that's a fact. World War III is coming upon us. And we're not espousing, listen, we're not espousing what these races are saying. No, I'm not going to allow you to do that. And these people who are honest in their heart know that we're not espousing that. And I'm telling you that right now, and you're just trying to reject and you're trying to twist my words, which is disingenuous and it is disrespectful, unjust, and unrighteous. Bruce, so anyway, I gotta go, but don't lie.
Bruce, you're calling the protocols of Zion, though.
Yeah,
that's the protocols of elders of Zion.
Yeah, the white supremacists literally pulled up a chart showing that the Jews control all these different, corporations and stuff. And so it's like you kind of repeated what he said, that they control everything.
Galaxies and universe tried everything to make it work, but we can't stop. No, we can't stop the sky from falling. Galaxies and universe tried everything to make it work, but we can't stop. No, we can't stop the sky from falling.